Ringside at the Army Island Sports Center, I'm Matt Gajtka, joined by sophomore defenseman Nolan Schaeffer from Minnesota as the Colonials prepare for their first road trip of the season, going out to West Point, New York to take on Army on Saturday and Sunday. But first, Nolan, let's rewind it back to this past weekend. A couple of 3-goal wins, 3-point wins too, because they're regulation wins as well. How significant was that, do you think, for this team to continue that role you had at the end of the season in Atlantic hockey?
Yeah, I think it was good to get off to a good start in the Atlantic Conference. Obviously, we were the only game that weekend, so to get a nice 6-point cushion in the standings is a good start.
Why do you think the team was able to keep the foot on the gas at points? Last year, 2- and 3-goal wins were hard to come by, but I'm sure it was nice not to have to sweat it out down to the buzzer each time this past weekend.
Yeah, definitely. I think we were solid pretty much all game, both nights. We were just stuck to what we tried to do. We got an early lead, and we just kind of shut it down from there.
What are your impressions of your second season? Does everything feel a little bit more routine, a little easier than it did last year?
Yeah, definitely. Coming into the year, you kind of know what to expect. So day in and day out, it's a little bit easier of a routine.
Your team was 13 for 13 on the penalty kill against Bentley. I know you don't want to be shorthanded that many times necessarily into the future, but why was the energy and the execution able to stay up throughout the weekend there?
Yeah, I think our PK was just really focused all weekend. We would get down a guy and we would just kind of sell out to kill it off. Obviously killing off 13 penalties in a game is not ideal, but we came to work and we cleared pucks when needed. So overall, it was a good weekend on the PK.
And looking at the power play, I noticed some dirty goals in front. No, you're not always out there for it, but you see guys like Alex Robert getting shots through. Just guys shooting for rebounds, it looked like. Is that part of the focus as well, to not necessarily look for that perfect play, but to just get shots at net?
Yeah, Coach Crothers kind of emphasized right off the draw getting pucks to the net before the PK sets up, and I think Aiden Spelsey had 2 rebound goals off that this weekend. So it kind of just goes to show that you don't always have to set it up. You just get pucks to the net right away before they're expecting it, and good things come from it.
And lastly, the trip to West Point. Nobody on this team right now, seniors, juniors, sophomores, freshmen, has ever been out to West Point to play Army. Do you appreciate the significance of getting a chance to see a real historic place in United States history?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, anytime that you get a chance to go to a place like that, you kind of put into perspective what some of the people are doing for our country and whatnot. So to be able to see that is a really unique opportunity.
That's Nolan Schaeffer. He and the Colonials on the road this weekend. Like I said, Saturday, Sunday at Army as they try to keep things going in Atlantic hockey. Go to armycolonials.com for the full coverage.